On September 4th at Expo Osaka 2025, the Women's Pavilion hosted a seminar. The event addressed the challenges faced by women in the modern era and brought together a diverse group of participants, including female entrepreneurs from both Chile and Japan, along with the Commissioner General from Canada, to share their perspectives and experiences.
On behalf of Chile and the Women's Pavilion, we warmly welcome you to this seminar titled Breaking Barriers, Building Futures, Women's Leadership and Gender Equity, Global Perspectives, and the Chilean Experience. We place at the center of the discussion our roles, challenges, and reflections regarding gender equity and women's economic empowerment.
The hard work of many women and men has helped improve women's rights and equity, but there are still many challenges that women face in the modern world.
What are some unique challenges women face in your country when entering the business world?
まだまだ女性が政治に参入したりとか、新しいことにチャレンジするということについては、ご自身でまだバリアを感じてたり、管理職になる割合になると極端に低くなったりというようなことがあります。こういった日本の特徴がまだまだあるんですけれども、それを少しでも打破できるような、ことを作りたいというのが J の活動でもあります。
The challenge to balance between being a mother or a daughter supporting an aging mother or having these family commitments. Of course, men have the family commitments, but in our societies, it typically falls to the woman to think about. Too much legislation and too much policy has been made without thinking about underrepresented groups, such as women or indigenous peoples. And it's surprising the number of examples where it's clear that women were not at the decision-making table or not thought of when policies were made. So, but policy does matter. But just in terms of Canada and Chile, I mentioned Tomoni, togetherness. We need allies and we need partners. And I'm delighted to say that when Canada and Chile had formed a free trade agreement to look at how our economies could better prosper, for the first time in our history, we included a chapter in the free trade agreement on gender, which underscored that both Chile and Canada were committed to ensuring that underrepresented groups, especially women, would have the access to the economy as much as their male counterparts.
Whenever we hear about perhaps women that inspire us or that are doing amazing work, we refer to people from 100 years ago or perhaps 50 years ago, which are highly important, and the work has been amazing. But also how the next generations are building up this mindset that, hey, if this person can do it, I can do it, but also how can I help my community? Because sometimes we tend to be super passionate about a field, but we focus a lot about ourselves, right? But if we can make a contribution to the world, it doesn't need to be international, of course. It can start at home, it can start at your community, at your school, at university, at your workplace, then that can make a difference. I think that when it comes to women empowerment, I've learned that it's not just about just creating certain data about it or seeing how it evolves, but also making your own contribution. So helping just your words, your actions are really meaningful. And the way that you can help, like you can communicate that with others, can really make a change.
私たち女性エグゼクティブネットワークの中では、いろんな勉強会も開催しているんですけれども、主なプログラムの一つにですね、日本駐在の女性の大使さんたちのメンタリングを受けるというプログラムを実行しています。そういったように実際にメンタリングを受けることでですね、自分のビジネスの中にどのようにインターナショナルな活動としてつなげていくのかとか、そういったことを考える場を自分たちで作ることができているということになっています。こういったように自分がこの活動に入ることでですね、今まであまり意識しなかった国際的な考え方、他の文化の考え方を理解したり、またその国のことを知ることによってビジネスが開始したりということで、こういったエグゼクティブ自身がいまだにまだ もがいているという表現がいいかと思うんですけれども、自己成長のためにさまざまなチャレンジをすることによってまた日本の経済にもつながっているんじゃないかなと思っています。
私キャリアを築いて今社長という立場にいますけども、社長になったらみんな忙しくなったでしょって皆さんに言われるんですけども、実は逆なんですよね。時間のコントロールが効くようになりました。本当に自分がやらなきゃいけない仕事と皆さんに任した方がうまくいく仕事というのがマネージできるようになると、時間の余裕というのはできるようになって、ポジションを上げていくことで自分らしい生き方ができるっていうのも、一つパターンとしてあるのかなっていうのを私この立場になって初めて感じたことです。